Hi everybody, thank you so much for joining me for this smoky eye tutorial for on-the-go traveling. I love my little travel makeup kit. It fits through airports because all of the containers, like the foundation, as you can see, are small enough to where even though they're liquids, if you keep them in a clear pouch like this, they can go through airport security. My favorite things to do when I'm traveling for makeup is to use this little set of brushes. Posh. I got them for $10 at Walgreens. They have everything you need. They have a foundation brush, a powder brush, and these wonderful double-ended eyeshadow and eyeliner brushes, which are great for all the looks you need for your eyes. I also love the Naked Basics palette. The reason I decided to do this tutorial is because this company, Urban Decay, just came out with the Naked Basics 2, which I'm hoping to get. It's not out just yet. By the time you watch this video, it may be, but meantime, I feel like this is the perfect travel palette for eyeshadow because you have every color you need. You can use it for your eyebrows. The mirror is so huge that it's all I ever use for whenever I'm doing my full face makeup. I use this mirror. So this tutorial is to show you how I achieved this eye makeup smoky look simply using these colors. This is one of the best investments I've ever made in eyeshadow for traveling, and hopefully it can be something that will help you if you're considering purchasing a palette. You could use it for every day or even an intense evening look, so it's a very versatile palette. I highly recommend it. So if you'd like to see how I achieved this look, just keep watching. So first things first, I'm going to be taking the angled brush and dipping it into the darkest color called Crave. Tap it in just a couple of times and then also tap it in the second darkest color, Faint, several times as well. And then I'm going to fill in my eyebrows using these colors together. The Crave color makes the impact and the Faint color makes it more natural. I've been told by an Anastasia brow expert that blending two colors always gives you a more natural look to your brows. And when I go back in and intensify the color, I usually just go back in with the Faint instead of the Crave. Same thing with the other brown. A couple times in Crave, a couple times in Faint, and then fill it in. Then I just try to soften them up with my finger, or you could use a eyebrow brush to kind of spoolie them off. Next, I want to use a flat kind of brush to dip into Naked 2 and place that all along the bottom lid. Then I want to use that same brush, tap it in lightly into Faint, and just use it with the windshield wiper motion to place that in the crease. Next, I'm using a stiff dome brush, this side, to create a V at the outer edges using just one touch of Crave. It's a very intense color. People have called this color black. It's really not. It's an almost black, dark brown. And I'm just putting that on the very edges, creating that V, kind of smoking it into the rest of the eye. And pull it in just slightly. Next, take the other end. The eyeshadow brush is just a fluffy brush, and I'll take that color Foxy and then use it for the highlight. One thing I also like to do some days when I'm going intense, which is today, I take WOS and I will put it on top of my brow to kind of just sharpen that edge, because it blends in with my skin so well, so it's not a highlight. Well, I don't use it as a highlight. And that really just sharpens the top line. Last but not least, I just take my pinky and I go in with Venus, which is kind of a satin shade, and I just put a little dab on the inner corners of my eyes to brighten. Usually I'll use a little champagne color. This is kind of moonstone-y, but I just really love how it just has that hint of shimmer. And if you really want to be intense with it, you can also dab your brush in Venus and do just a little hint of the highlight under the brow. And if you're traveling and want to highlight, this color works. You could also just dab it on the top part of your cheeks. And just kind of blend that in. Next, I'm just going to line my eyes. I do like to use the mirror as my full-size mirror. And one thing I like to do occasionally is I'll take the eyeliner brush and I'll dip it in the Crave and I'll go over my eyeliner to smoke it out and intensify. Just kind of give a little flick up at the edges. I know winged eyeliners are really in right now. Next, I curl my lashes with my tiny travel eyelash curler. And then I'll use Clinique's High Impact Mascara, this little travel size. And that is the completed eye look using the Naked Basics palette. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and hopefully you learned a little something about the palette itself and the different ways that you can use it.